Hello and welcome to my channel, and today we are filming my April TBR. I got a lot going on in April. It's my anniversary at the end of the month and I hate you so much. Got a lot going on in April. Got our anniversary towards the end of the month. We are house sitting for a week for his grandparents, and also got a lot of readathons that we want to participate in. One of which is the Magical Readathon hosted by G at Book Roast, and the Realmathon hosted by Cassidy, and don't ask me the channel name, I'm completely blanking at the minute. Overall, I think I have 8 books that are mandatory reads. I have only planned a TBR for the Magical Readathon, not for Realmathon, because there's so many prompts, and I'm just gonna wing it with that one. But first, we have our jars we need to pick out of. So first we're gonna pick our reread, or no, our series. 1. Oh, I own this one. I don't have to buy anything. The next Monsters of Verity book, which is our Dark Duet, which is on my TBR cart, and it's on the bottom shelf, and my poster is blocking it at the minute. But that's our Dark Duet, which I'm very excited to continue and finish because it's only a duology, and I started the first book years ago. And then my reread for the month, and hopefully I'll actually finish it this time. What's that? Okay, I can do that. It is Oddity, which I read, and you would have already seen my thoughts on from September. So Oddity by Eli Brown. This follows Clover, who lives in this world where oddities are a thing, and it's basically just like normal things that you would think of that have a little bit of an odd element to them, like a teapot that never empties or an ice hook that always freezes. I really enjoyed this the first time that I read it. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to reread it or if I was going to keep it on my shelf, but it looks like we have the perfect opportunity to do so now. So for the Magical Readathon, I am going for the Story Weaver prompt, and I only need 4 books in order to complete it this month. So the first prompt that I need for the Magical Readathon is Inscription, which is a book on the highest shelf. And for that, all of my shelves are pretty much the same height, so I decided to go do a random number generator and pick a number 1 through 4. It chose 1, so that's my middle grade shelf. So we went for Fire and Ice, which is the next book in the Warrior series, and this follows a group of cats. It follows one cat who decides to go from being a house cat to being a wild cat and joining the Thunder Clan. It's really interesting. I really liked the first one, so I'm intrigued to see how much I'm gonna like the rest of the series. And then Art of Illusion, which is a book that matches your clothes, which I haven't picked a book out for that one yet. I'm going to kind of decide a book based on the outfit of the day. I'm not going to pair a book to an outfit. And then Psionics and Divination is a book with clouds on the cover. And for that, I am definitely screwing myself over here because I'm picking a chunky book, and that's Babel. So you can't really tell, there are kind of clouds in the background. I looked up books with clouds on the cover, and this one popped up, and it was the only book in that list that I owned. So we're going with Babel. And don't ask me what it's about. All I know is that it's super popular, super hyped up, and it's by the same author as The Poppy War. And then finally, Lore, a book with a map. And I actually have this one in my backpack because I was planning on starting it relatively soon, but I'm actually planning on finishing The Hobbit, and this is definitely a one that has been on my list for a long time. It's one that Connor has been yelling at me forever to finally finish because he's been reading the Lord of the Rings series, so that's definitely happening this month. So that's all I need for the Magical Readathon. However, there are 4 more books that I need that will complete my color prompt of the month. If you don't know, I'm doing a challenge for one of the Patreons that I follow, and this month the color of the month is purple. Scratch that. I think I have closer to either 5 or 6. So I have Swordstone Table. This is an anthology inspired by old Arthurian legends. Hang the Moon, which is the second book in the Written in the Stars series. This one follows the main character from the last book's brother, the one that sets them up to begin with. And I'm so interested. He was my favorite character in the first book, and I'm so excited to follow his love story. The Darkness Outside Us. This follows two boys in space. That's all I know about it. I know that some people are saying that it is a YA, and they have had like their expectations, like they lowered their expectations before reading this, and it ended up being absolutely spectacular. So I'm intrigued to see where I fall, because I'm not sure how much I'm gonna love it. Junie B. Jones is a Graduation Girl, which I am reading with Benson. Wondersmith, which is the second book in the Morgan Crow series, and it's one that I have been very much excited to continue on with. This follows Morgan, or the first book follows Morgan Crow, who is a cursed child, and she is sentenced to die on her 12th birthday, and that doesn't end up happening because a man comes and whisks her away to this wonderful land of Nevermore, and this follows shortly after the second book. Finishing another duology, Soul of Stars, which it's a bittersweet time because I've been putting this off for so long, because Heart of Iron was my favorite book for the longest time, and I don't know, I'm sad to see it go, but I also really need to finish it finally. Apparently I had more purple books than I thought. Lastly is Everyone Knows Your Mother is a Witch, and I'm really not sure what this is about. I got it in a blind date with a book thing from an indie store when we went to Boston, and all I know is that it's like a historical fantasy, so it could definitely work for Realmathon. So you probably noticed that even though I just listed off a few books, my priority shelf is still stacked. So you're probably wondering, what the hell are you getting yourself into this month that you probably shouldn't be? I was just going to stick to those few short books that I needed to read, that I felt I needed to read during this month. However, I learned that beta is a thing. If you don't know what beta is, it's like Vita, which is a video every day in April, but a book every day in April. So it's basically a 30 and 30 challenge that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while. I've been wanting to challenge myself. Do I think I'm going to get to it? Probably not. Am I still excited to try? Absolutely. So I will be aiming to read 30 books. I'm not going to talk about all of them right now, just because I feel like that's going to be a very, very long video. But I am definitely going to be giving you updates over on my Instagram. The goal is to post more on my Instagram this month, so please follow that if you want to see how my progress is doing. But I think those are all of the books that I'm going to talk about for now. Again, if you want to see the books that I actually end up reading, go ahead and run over to my Instagram account. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me, as well as Benson, who's a frequent member on this channel. I will leave all of his links down in the description box below, as well as links to my social media if you want to get any more updates from me. But until then, thank you again and have a good one.